Kai Musk reaches out to Elon Musk after being humiliated. What happens next will leave you speechless. The schoolyard buzzed with its usual chaos, students laughing, shouting, and rushing to their next class. But for Kai Musk, the noise felt like a distant hum. He walked with his head down, clutching his notebook tightly, hoping to get to his locker unnoticed. His heart pounded, each step heavier than the last. He knew what was coming. "Kai, hey, Musk Jr., a voice called out, loud and mocking. Kai froze, his stomach sinking. It was Blake, the ringleader of a group of bullies who had made Kai their favorite target. Blake approached with his usual entourage, a smirk plastered across his face. He grabbed the notebook from Kai's hands and flipped it open. The pages were filled with sketches of rockets and futuristic designs, dreams of a boy who idolized his famous uncle, Elon Musk. "What's this?" Blake sneered, holding the notebook up for everyone to see. "You think you're the next Elon Musk? Newsflash, Kai. You're just a loser pretending to be important." The crowd around them laughed, and Kai's cheeks burned with humiliation. He reached for his notebook, but Blake held it out of reach, taunting him further. "Come on, Musk Jr., Blake jeered. "Show us how you're going to build your little spaceships. Oh wait, you can't even stand up for yourself." The laughter grew louder, and Kai felt a lump form in his throat. He wanted to fight back, to say something, but the words wouldn't come. He could only watch as Blake tossed his notebook onto the ground, the pages scattering across the dirt. As the bullies walked away, still laughing, Kai knelt to gather his scattered drawings. His hands shook with a mix of anger and shame. He had tried so hard to stay invisible, but his passion for space and engineering had made him a target. That evening, sitting in his room surrounded by crumpled sketches, Kai stared at his computer screen. He pulled up a blank email and hesitated, his fingers hovering over the keyboard. Then, with a deep breath, he began to type. He poured out everything: the bullying, the humiliation, and his dream of following in Elon Musk's footsteps. "I don't know if you'll ever read this," Kai wrote, his hands trembling. "But I need to know. How did you keep going when everyone doubted you?" He hit send, not expecting a response. Little did Kai know that email would set off a chain of events that would leave everyone, including Blake, completely stunned. The next morning, Kai woke up feeling the same dread that had become all too familiar. He dragged himself through his routine, trying to push away the memory of the previous day's humiliation. His sketchbook, now slightly crumpled from the bullying, sat on his desk as a painful reminder of how easily his dreams were dismissed. As he sat down to check his email, Kai almost didn't notice the new message in his inbox. But when his eyes caught the sender's name, his heart stopped. It wasn't spam, it wasn't a prank. The email was from Elon Musk. Kai's hands shook as he clicked it open. The subject line read, "Don't let them win." The email was short, but every word hit Kai like a lifeline. "Kai, I know how it feels to be underestimated. People told me I'd never succeed when I started SpaceX, Tesla, and everything else. But here's the truth. The world is full of people who will try to tear you down because they can't see what you're capable of. Ignore them. Focus on your vision. And if you're free this weekend, come visit me at SpaceX. Let's talk. Elon." Kai sat frozen, rereading the email over and over, trying to convince himself it wasn't a dream. Elon Musk, his hero, had not only read his message but invited him to SpaceX. A spark of hope ignited inside him, something he hadn't felt in a long time. At school, the whispers started as soon as Kai walked through the doors. Blake and his friends were quick to start their usual routine, but today, something was different. Kai didn't flinch. He didn't lower his gaze. Instead, he walked past them, clutching his notebook tightly, a small smile playing on his lips. "Hey, Musk Jr., Blake called out. "Still designing spaceships in your dreams?" Kai paused, turning to face Blake for the first time in weeks. "You'll see soon enough," Kai said calmly, before walking away, leaving Blake and his group momentarily stunned. The weekend couldn't come fast enough. Kai packed his sketches, his heart racing with a mix of excitement and nerves. As he prepared to meet Elon Musk, he knew this could be the moment that changed everything. Not just for him, but for how the world saw him. What Kai didn't realize was that this meeting wouldn't just change his life, it would ripple through the halls of his school and beyond, leaving everyone speechless. Kai's courage to reach out to Elon Musk changed everything for him. What if your next bold step could do the same for you? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to hear more inspiring stories like this one. And remember, your dreams matter. Kai stepped out of the car and stood in awe as he took in the sheer scale of SpaceX. The massive facility towered over him, its sleek design reflecting the ambition and innovation it represented. Engineers moved with purpose, their conversations a mix of technical jargon and excitement. This was where the impossible became reality. A security guard approached, his expression softening as he checked Kai's name on the list. "Welcome to SpaceX," he said with a friendly nod. "Mr. Musk is expecting you." Kai's heart raced as he was led through the futuristic halls, past gleaming rocket models and screens displaying real-time telemetry data. He clutched his notebook tightly, his palms damp with nervous sweat. What would Elon Musk think of his designs? Would he even take him seriously? Before Kai could spiral further into doubt, the doors to a conference room opened, and there he was, Elon Musk. Dressed casually in a black t-shirt and jeans, Elon exuded an air of calm authority. He smiled warmly as he approached Kai. "Kai," Elon said, extending his hand. "Good to finally meet you." Kai shook his hand, his voice barely audible. "Thank you for inviting me, Mr. Musk." "Call me Elon," he said, gesturing for Kai to sit. "Now, let's see what you've been working on." Kai hesitated for a moment before placing his notebook on the table and sliding it toward Elon. The pages were filled with intricate sketches of rockets, propulsion systems, and even a few ambitious ideas for sustainable space travel. "These are just concepts," Kai said nervously. "I know they're not perfect." Elon flipped through the pages, his expression focused. He studied each design with the intensity of someone who had built his career on daring ideas. Finally, he looked up, a small smile tugging at the corners of his mouth. "These are impressive," he said. "You've got a good eye for design and a clear vision. How long have you been working on this?" Kai's cheeks flushed with pride. "A few years," he admitted. "It's always been my dream to build something that could make a difference." Elon nodded thoughtfully. "Dreams like these are what change the world," he said. "And let me tell you something. Every great idea starts just like this. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise." Kai felt a lump in his throat, the weight of Elon's words sinking in. For the first time, he didn't feel like an outsider trying to prove himself. He felt like he belonged. "Come with me," Elon said, standing up. "I want to show you something." Kai followed Elon down a corridor that opened into a massive hangar. In the center of the room stood a towering rocket, its sleek design a testament to human ingenuity. Engineers bustled around it, their movements precise and purposeful. "This is Starship," Elon said, gesturing to the rocket. "It's one of the most ambitious projects we've ever taken on. And just like your designs, it started as a sketch on a piece of paper." Kai stared up at the rocket, his eyes wide with awe. "It's incredible," he whispered. Elon smiled. "And one day I could see something you've designed standing here." Kai turned to Elon, his voice filled with disbelief. "You really think so?" Elon placed a hand on Kai's shoulder. "I don't think so," he said firmly. "I know so." At that moment, something shifted inside Kai. The boy who had been mocked and humiliated began to fade, replaced by someone who believed in himself and his dreams. But what happened next would take his journey to an entirely new level, and leave his entire school stunned. The next week at school felt like a surreal blur for Kai. The experience at SpaceX had lit a fire inside him, giving him a newfound confidence that was impossible to ignore. For once, he didn't dread walking into the school hallways. With Elon Musk's encouragement fresh in his mind, Kai carried himself differently, his head held high, and his notebook tucked under his arm like a badge of honor. But not everyone was thrilled by his newfound confidence. Blake and his crew, who had spent months mocking Kai, noticed the change almost immediately. They gathered near Kai's locker, smirking as he approached. "Look who's suddenly all important," Blake sneered. "What happened, Musk Jr.? Get a participation trophy for your doodles?" Kai stopped and looked at Blake, meeting his gaze without a hint of fear. "No," he said calmly. "But I did meet Elon Musk. He told me I have potential." The hallway went silent. Blake's smirk faltered as murmurs rippled through the crowd. "Elon Musk?" someone whispered. "No way." Blake scoffed, but his confidence was shaky. "Yeah, right," he said. "Like Elon Musk would waste his time on you." Kai didn't bother arguing. Instead, he opened his backpack and pulled out a small SpaceX badge with his name on it, proof of his visit. The crowd leaned in, their eyes widening as they saw the official logo and Kai's name engraved beneath it. Blake's face turned red. "That doesn't mean anything," he muttered, but his voice lacked conviction. Kai smiled faintly. "Think what you want," he said, "but you'll see soon enough." That afternoon, during the school assembly, the principal made an unexpected announcement. "Students, today we have a special guest joining us. Please give a warm welcome to Elon Musk." The gym erupted into gasps and whispers as Elon Musk walked onto the stage, his presence commanding attention. The murmurs grew louder when he addressed the crowd. "Thank you for having me," Elon began, his tone calm but firm. "I came here today because I believe in the power of young minds. Sometimes the greatest ideas come from the most unexpected places." Elon paused, scanning the room before his gaze landed on Kai. "One of your own students, Kai Musk, reached out to me recently. He shared his story, his struggles, and his dreams. And let me tell you, he has the kind of vision that can change the world." The entire gym turned to look at Kai, who sat frozen in his seat. His heart pounded as Elon continued. "Kai reminded me of something important," Elon said. "That no matter how much the world tries to tear you down, your dreams are worth fighting for. And today, I want to encourage all of you to support one another, to believe in each other, and to remember that greatness can come from anyone." Blake sank lower in his seat, his face pale. The same crowd that had once laughed at Kai was now clapping for him, their cheers filling the gym. Elon stepped off the stage and walked straight to Kai, extending his hand. "Ready for the next step?" Elon asked with a smile. Kai nodded, standing tall as the entire school watched. What happened next would be a turning point, not just for Kai but for everyone who witnessed it. What would you do if Elon Musk walked into your school? Kai's story shows us the power of believing in yourself. If this moment inspired you, like, comment, and subscribe for more life-changing stories. Don't stop dreaming big because anything is possible. As the applause echoed through the gym, Elon Musk stood beside Kai, his presence electrifying the room. The students, once doubters, now looked at Kai with admiration and curiosity. Even the teachers seemed starstruck, their whispers filling the air as they exchanged glances. Elon turned to Kai and handed him a sleek black folder embossed with the SpaceX logo. "Kai," Elon said, his voice steady and encouraging. "This folder contains an invitation. It's for a mentorship program we're starting at SpaceX. We're bringing together some of the brightest young minds to collaborate on real-world challenges, and I want you to be part of it." The room fell silent, the weight of Elon's words hanging in the air. Kai's hands trembled as he opened the folder, revealing an official letter with his name printed at the top. He scanned the words, barely able to believe what he was reading. "Congratulations. You've been selected for the SpaceX Young Innovators program." Kai looked up, his eyes shining with disbelief. I don't know what to say," he stammered. Elon smiled. "Say yes," he said simply, "and keep proving everyone wrong." The gym erupted into cheers, the sound reverberating off the walls. For the first time, Kai felt the weight of years of doubt and ridicule lifting from his shoulders. He wasn't just the quiet kid with big dreams anymore. He was someone who had earned the recognition of one of the most brilliant minds in the world. As the applause died down, Elon turned to address the crowd. "Let this be a reminder to all of you," he said, his voice firm but kind. "Every person in this room has the potential to do something extraordinary. But it starts with how we treat each other, support one another, believe in one another, and watch what happens." The students nodded, many of them glancing at Kai with newfound respect. Even Blake, who had spent months tearing Kai down, looked humbled. For the first time, he stayed silent, unable to find the usual words of mockery. Elon glanced at Kai one last time before stepping off the stage. "I'll see you soon, Kai," he said, leaving the gym buzzing with excitement and awe. Kai sat quietly, his mind racing with thoughts of what was to come. He had gone from being the target of ridicule to standing on the verge of something extraordinary. But he knew this was just the beginning. As the crowd began to disperse, a few students approached Kai hesitantly. "Hey, Kai," one of them said, her tone soft. "That was amazing. Do you think you could show us your design sometime?" Another chimed in. "Yeah, maybe you could help us understand how you came up with your ideas." Kai smiled, his heart swelling with pride and gratitude. "Of course," he said. "I'd love to." Little did Kai know his journey wasn't just inspiring his peers, it was setting the stage for something much bigger. The mentorship with SpaceX, the support from Elon Musk, and his newfound confidence would soon lead to achievements that would leave everyone, including himself, speechless. The following weeks were a whirlwind for Kai. The invitation to the SpaceX Young Innovators program was more than an opportunity. It was a dream come true. Every day after school, he would dive into his designs, tweaking, improving, and preparing for his first big project at SpaceX. The ridicule he had endured for so long was now replaced with curiosity and admiration from his classmates. Even Blake, who had been the ringleader of Kai's tormentors, seemed to avoid confrontation. One afternoon, as Kai worked on his sketches in the school library, Blake approached hesitantly. He stood awkwardly for a moment before clearing his throat. "Hey, Kai," Blake said, his voice quieter than usual. Kai looked up, surprised. "What's up?" Blake shifted uncomfortably. I wanted to say I was wrong about everything. I didn't think you'd actually, make it. But you did." Kai blinked, unsure of how to respond. The apology was unexpected, but it didn't carry the satisfaction he might have imagined months ago. Instead, it felt like closure. "Thanks," Kai said simply, his tone neutral but not unkind. "I appreciate it." Blake nodded quickly, avoiding eye contact. "Good luck with SpaceX," he muttered before walking away. Kai watched him leave, feeling a mix of emotions. The apology was a step in the right direction, but he realized that his focus wasn't on proving people like Blake wrong anymore. It was on proving himself right. The weekend of Kai's first SpaceX workshop finally arrived, and he found himself standing in a sleek, futuristic conference room surrounded by other young innovators. The air buzzed with excitement as Elon Musk entered the room, his presence immediately commanding attention. "Welcome," Elon said, his tone warm but focused. "You're here because you've shown the kind of vision and creativity we need to tackle the challenges of the future. This program isn't just about learning, it's about creating. By the time this is over, each of you will have contributed to something real." Kai listened intently, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and nerves. Over the next several hours, he and his fellow participants worked on brainstorming sessions, collaborating on ideas that ranged from sustainable energy solutions to advanced propulsion systems. Kai's sketches, once dismissed as childish dreams, were now being taken seriously by some of the brightest minds in the world. During a break, Elon approached Kai holding one of his designs. This concept, Elon said, pointing to a sketch of a modular rocket system, is clever. Have you considered how it could be adapted for long-term space exploration? Kai's eyes lit up. I have a few ideas, he said eagerly. I just didn't know if they'd work. Elon smiled. You'll never know until you try. That's the first rule of innovation. Don't be afraid to fail. Those words stayed with Kai as he continued to work, his confidence growing with each passing day. By the end of the program, he had not only contributed to a groundbreaking project but had also gained the respect of his peers and mentors. Back at school, Kai's story continued to inspire. Students who had once ignored him now looked to him for guidance. Teachers invited him to speak in their classes, sharing his journey and encouraging others to pursue their passions, no matter the obstacles. For Kai, the transformation was more than external. It was a shift in how he saw himself. He wasn't just a kid with big dreams anymore. He was a creator, a visionary, and someone who had the courage to turn ridicule into resilience. But this was only the beginning. Kai's journey was far from over, and the impact of his determination would soon extend far beyond the walls of his school. Kai's journey to SpaceX proves that hard work and determination can lead to incredible opportunities. If you're inspired by his transformation, like, comment, and subscribe to follow more stories of resilience and success. Who knows? The next great innovator could be you. The final day of the SpaceX Young Innovators program marked a milestone for Kai Musk. Standing in front of a crowd of SpaceX engineers, fellow students, and even a few journalists, Kai presented the culmination of weeks of hard work, a prototype for a modular rocket system that could be reconfigured for different missions. His voice, once shaky and uncertain, now carried confidence and clarity. When he finished, the room erupted into applause. Elon Musk stepped forward, a rare look of pride on his face. Kai, Elon said, addressing both him and the audience, this is what the future looks like. Bold ideas from those who dare to dream big and work hard to make them real. The applause grew louder, and Kai felt a swell of emotion. For the first time, he truly believed he could achieve anything. Back at Lincoln High, the ripple effect of Kai's success continued to spread. His story wasn't just one of resilience, it was a testament to the power of belief and perseverance. Kai began hosting regular workshops for students, turning his once quiet corner of the library into a hub of creativity and collaboration. Even Blake, the boy who had once been his biggest tormentor, started attending. At first he hung back, hesitant, but over time he began asking questions, showing genuine interest in Kai's designs. Kai welcomed him without hesitation, proving that kindness could overcome even the deepest wounds. As months turned into years, Kai's journey only grew. He became a symbol of what could happen when someone refused to give up, inspiring not only his school but people around the world. From speaking at global conferences to mentoring young dreamers, Kai never forgot where he started, or the people who believed in him. One evening, as he looked back on everything that had happened, Kai opened his notebook and wrote a simple message. Dreams are worth chasing, no matter how far away they seem. Never let anyone convince you otherwise. Kai's story reminds us all of the power of resilience and belief. If this journey inspired you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that prove dreams can come true. Share this video to inspire others to never give up on their own potential.